its scales, its expression, its presentation. 20 minutes and I'm saying, when are we going to eat? So, yeah, I think the Bengalis uh, have taken food and the appreciation of food to new and wonderful levels, and I hand it to them for sure. And Lucknowi cuisine, of course, which is again extremely rich and
You had some
wonderful
of that
nuanced.
at my house. I think my
That's
mom.
absolutely right. It's in the book, Aamir.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
when you read.
okay.
So actually, Ira had asked me, and Anandita had suggested we must read the Aamir part.
Oh,
No, that time you didn't know he hadn't read the book.
yeah. Well, tell me, is there a pattern to your writing? For example, now this is non-fiction.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that you have a clear thought of what has transpired, and you're writing about what has happened. But when you're writing fiction, then like, do you sit every day from a particular time to a particular time? Like, do you write every day, or do you take off for a month and write? And how do you work? What is the manner in which you work?
Amir, I'm writing even when I'm not writing, if you know what I mean.
Ah,
I'm never not writing. I'm writing even in my sleep. When
it's
I'm
going on in
eating,
your head, huh?
it's non-stop. I mean, till I feel like ideas and characters are exploding out of my head and I have to sort of wind down somehow. So I do write every single day of my life for,
Every day.
yeah, and between
That's
1,000 to
amazing.
2,000 words
That-
every single day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a discipline. It's like a singer saying, I will not do riyaz because I'm not performing.
Correct.
The more you write, the more muscular your prose becomes, and it's a discipline. So for fiction, the character has to come up to me and say, write about me.
Yeah.
That unless I hear that voice and I see the character, I don't start a book of fiction. I need to know that person in some kind of strange way. There has to be a connect. It could be someone I've seen at an airport who has intrigued me,
Right.
but I don't know anything about that person's life.
But it
But
provoked thoughts in
it's
you.
provoked a whole character, and the backstory all follows. And like they said in the paying tribute to Salman Rushdie, that storytelling is really the currency all of us have,
That's true.
and we should never let go of that.
That's true.
And every single person in this room has a story to tell too, if they choose to tell it.
Sure.
And I'm paid to tell it. That's the only difference.
Can you just pass the mic right behind you? Yeah.
Is this on? Yeah. Hi. It's a pleasure to see one of the most easiest conversations on stage. Shobhaa, I have a question for you. When you were writing and organizing a magazine, and the transition from that kind of writing to full novels, when did you start feeling the yearn that you could handle a full-fledged novel? Because that's a different thing. Did you have a good writing skills in school too?
Lady, I'd like to believe that my writing skills were not too bad, and I was reasonably competent to get a job at 23 editing 3 magazines as founder editor. So
Yeah.
the writing skills, I believe, were not too shabby. But the first book was commissioned. All the books have been commissioned. So I don't have a hard luck story as a
No, I think what she's
struggling
asking
writer.
is how different was it from writing
No,
from
that
short
to me-
form to long form?
No,
That's what you're asking.
Yes,
like, to a
absolutely.
novel, yeah.
No, I don't. Thanks for the clarification. To me, I have not created those kind of categories in my mind.
I see.
I write 4 columns a week. I tweet.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram. I write my novels. I write fiction. I write non-fiction. I blog. I write freelance articles. To me, writing is really writing. I don't make I don't
So
put
you
it into
didn't have a
grids.
transition. You just
It was
took on.
natural for
It
you,
was
yeah.
very natural
Natural
for
for
me,
you.
and it's remained natural because had the book not been a commissioned book, I may never ever have written a novel at all. But once I did start, I enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
it was easy. It was
Right,
not.
right,
it was
right.
no big deal.
Yeah.
It was just something I loved doing, and it was effortless, and gave me a great deal of happiness doing it.
Okay, Aamir, a question for you. If you were to make a biopic on Shobhaa, who amongst the current crop of actors would you choose to play her?
Oh, I think a number of them would do pretty well. I think Deepika would do it would be well cast for it. Priyanka would be well cast for it, and I mean there would be let's say Alia, Yeah, just off the top of my head.
All
What do you
three
think?
incredibly talented.
And
Alia,
strong personalities.
very
because
much
that's,
so, but you've forgotten one.
Tell me.
Kangana.
Kangana, yeah, she would do it well as well. Kangana would do it well, yeah.
I think she's got the little craziness.
Well,
needed.
she's a strong actor, yeah.
She's a superb actor. And I think I watched her doing Jayalalitha as Amma.
Right.
The
right.
transformation was something incredible.
No, she's a very good actor. I mean,
She's very,
she
very
can
good.
do almost.
Yeah.
She's
She can do
very
anything.
versatile. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, she does comedy well. She does drama well. Yeah.